and a huge night for your career as well.
Massive night for my career. So yeah, victorious 100%. That's my goal, that's my plan, and that's my motivation. So yeah, looking forward to it. Respect to the team. May the best man.
Well, my thoughts on it is that Jake Paul's had a lot of accusations over the years for a guy who's had no amateur fights. What's he had, about 10 or 12
fights, yeah.
Fights, I'm not sure what he's had. And, you know, you look at the opposition he's had and people saying, when's he going to fight somebody? He stepped up. He's stepping up to a two-time world champion, a genuine heavyweight, a proper heavyweight champion, and an active fighter. And this is a big moment for him.
Some blood. I want to see somebody's teeth falling out. So I told Anthony, I already messaged Anthony as I listen.
It is 10-ounce gloves. It is a boxing match. It's not an exhibition. This isn't a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. This is one of the most dangerous finishers in the world, who is probably 5 levels above Jake Paul.
On December 19th, Netflix is set to shake the entire combat sports world with a matchup that feels like it was generated by an AI simulator. Jake Paul, the internet's most polarizing disruptor, is stepping into a real heavyweight prize fight against Anthony Joshua, a former unified world champion, Olympic gold medalist, and one of the most dangerous punchers of 8 rounds, 3 minutes each, 10-ounce gloves, no shortcuts, no influencer rules, no catch weights, no exhibitions. This is pure, authentic professional boxing.
AJ is 6'6", 250. Even if AJ just wants to keep him on the end of a jab, look at the reach. He's got a 6-inch reach on Jake. And trust me, the Chloe concept has told me the 6 inches is more than enough. Okay? So that's going to be a problem. Again, not even talking about the fact that AJ is more dangerous with just his power, but the jab, the reach, the extent, turnover of the right hand, he's going to be able to hit Jake at range. Jake can't even hit him. 43 amateur fights, 32 pro fights. He's 28-4. He's an Olympian. He's a gold medalist. He's won the world title. Delusional, yes. Very rich, yes.
For years, critics mocked Jake Paul for fighting smaller men or fading veterans. They challenged him to face someone young, big, powerful, experienced, someone with real pedigree. Well, now he has exactly that. Joshua isn't just another big heavyweight. He's a generational puncher with the kind of physical force most heavyweight fighters struggle to handle, let alone a YouTuber. Yet Jake signed the contract anyway. No hesitations. No sneaky clauses. He accepted the toughest possible version of this fight.
It is 10-ounce gloves. It is a boxing match. It's not an exhibition. This isn't a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. This is one of the most dangerous finishers in the world, who is probably 5 levels above Jake Paul and a weight division above him. I think it's irresponsible to let those two in a ring together in a proper boxing match. That's my view. It doesn't damage his bank balance, but if he earns $70 million for this, are we really going to see him?
The drama begins long before the two even touch gloves. Joshua has to weigh in under 245 pounds, a number he hasn't seen in a long time. He usually competes around 250 to 255, so cutting down while keeping his explosiveness won't be easy. Meanwhile, Jake has to shift from training for smaller exhibition bouts to preparing for a real heavyweight war. That's a massive physical transformation in just weeks. Both fighters are taking huge risks in training camp before the fight even begins.
In reasons why Anthony Joshua's taken this fight. In my head, I never ever thought this fight would happen. Why? Because of Anthony Joshua's desire to be in the history books, to be a 3-time heavyweight champion of the world. To me, it shows me his desire. Pick up 50 million along the way. Nobody can knock him for this. This is now business. This is business. For Jake Paul, absolutely crazy. Jake Paul is a domestic level professional fighter here in the UK. Would he win a British title? No, I don't think so. So now they're putting this domestic level fighter in with a former heavyweight 2-time champion of the world. The weight is 245, so I think last time Anthony Joshua weighed around that was when he fought Usyk. That means he's got to be fight fit on point, because his last fight he was 18 stone. I think it was 254 against Danny Dubois. So now he's basically saying you've got to get yourself in position, get yourself fit, and get yourself ready for fight. It's not tiddlywinks. This is a fight. It's not a push and a pull. You know, so as long as it's not a push and a pull, and don't put me down and don't touch me in the build to this fight. You know, I remember when McGregor and Mayweather, they had little side deal, don't touch me in the build-up to this. If this is a real, legitimate fight, Jake Paul is absolutely crazy. If not crazy, he's super brave. And it'll be interesting to see.
The hype is already off the charts, and we haven't even reached the first press conference. Fans are completely divided. One half is saluting Jake, calling him the boldest man in the sport, saying, "This is the kind of craziness boxing needs, someone willing to jump weight classes and fight the giants." The other half is in disbelief, wondering if Jake has finally lost his mind. Because who looks at Anthony Joshua, a 6 feet 6 inches powerhouse with dynamite in both hands, and says, "Yeah, that's the guy I want." It's that mix of admiration and shock that's making this fight go viral.
Well, my thoughts on it is that Jake Paul's had a lot of accusations over the years for a guy who's had no amateur fights. What's he had, about 10 or 12 fights? I'm not sure what he's had. And, you know, you look at the opposition he's had and people saying, when's he going to fight somebody? He stepped up. He's stepping up to a two-time world champion, a genuine heavyweight, a proper heavyweight champion, and an active fighter. And this is a big moment for him. And you've got to take your hat off to him for that. This fight, as regarding AJ, I'm sure AJ's wants a fight back after that, that unbelievable loss he had against Daniel Dubois. That was quite an emphatic loss. He wants to come back, get himself, dip his toe in the water. He's going to get paid a lot of money for this. This fight's going to generate a lot of money because, for me, it's a fighter. Jake Paul's going to be a massive underdog against a big favourite, a big odds-on favourite. Can he do it or not? This is a car crash, and people will watch it because that's what people do at car crashing.
People aren't just talking about the fight, they're obsessed with it. Every gym, every podcast, every timeline, every barbershop. It's the only topic anyone wants to debate. IT feels like a movie storyline that somehow leaked into real life.
If Anthony Joshua wants to turn up and just make it look like an exhibition, I don't know what that helps Anthony Joshua do besides get a big paycheck. If that's all he needs and that's all he wants, given the fact that he's been demolished by Daniel Dubois in his most recent fight, I thought Anthony was built of sterner stuff than that.
But many people just want to see Joshua back in the ring, Simon. But they want to see him fight again.
Well, they want to no, they don't. They want to see him fight a legitimate fighter. They want to see if Anthony Joshua is now done. They want to see if Anthony Joshua being destroyed by Daniel Dubois is the end of the golden boy journey that apparently rebooted British boxing. I don't think it did. I think he was a major figure. I don't think he just rebooted British boxing. I think that's a heavy crown for him to have to wear. But he is a phenomenon. When you watch Anthony Joshua go into a fight, the atmosphere goes up 20 notches. So that's the expectation he has to carry around. Going against Jake Paul, the only expectation he has is I can't embarrass myself. And I think he's got to be potentially, strapped to a chair with one arm behind his back.
Then comes David Haye, former heavyweight champion, analyst, and one of boxing's most direct voices. His reaction went instantly viral. He looked like someone had told him Jake challenged a speeding freight train. Haye didn't sugarcoat anything. He said Joshua outmatches Jake physically, mentally, and technically, and that Jake's hardest punch might not even make AJ blink. And when Joshua lands back, Haye joked that Jake might be searching for medical centers before he finds his mouthpiece.
I believe Derek said yesterday that he could see Jake leaving in an ambulance. Do you think it's that dangerous of a fight for Jake?
I think this fight, if you get knocked out, there's one thing, a guy who getting knocked out with one shot, he's a big man. What is he? I don't know, 20 stone. He's an absolute monster. Jake Paul's a cruiserweight. He's a cruiserweight, and when you get hit by someone like Anthony Joshua, it's gonna put you out. And if you get put out, likelihood is you might need to go to the hospital to get a brain scan. Hopefully this isn't the case. He's not going to be dehydrated because it's a heavyweight. I think it'd be more of a quick explosive knockout.
But what makes Haye's take interesting is that he doesn't dismiss Jake entirely. He respects the courage. He said Jake choosing to fight Anthony Joshua is like walking into an amusement park and skipping all the normal rides, choosing instead the one that launches you upside down into the ocean. It's insane. But it's also a kind of insane bravery boxing rarely sees. Haye's message is simple. Joshua risks nothing. Jake risks everything.
Maybe it's a good thing that the fight will be over quickly for Jake Paul, but it's a brave thing for him. Credit to him. If he is genuinely going to fight Anthony Joshua, mad respect, because on paper it looks terrible for him. It looks like it's a no-win situation. There's nothing he's done in any of his previous fights where you can say, well, if he does this, that's going to work against Anthony Joshua. I think Jake Paul's best shot bounces off Anthony Joshua, and I think the opposite isn't the case. I think AJ gets him out of there very, very comfortably.
Next comes Gareth A. Davies, who brings a brutally honest angle. According to him, Joshua is here for the payday, not for legacy. And because the fight is fully sanctioned, real rounds, real gloves, real weight limits, AJ won't have any excuse if things go wrong.
I give 100% respect to Jake Paul, but that's a dangerous fight for him. He probably gets knocked out. And I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not saying nothing bad. But Anthony Joshua is Anthony Joshua. You know, he's multiple-time champion, Olympic gold medalist. You know what I mean? The last time somebody stepped in the ring with him that didn't have that much boxing experience was Ngannou, and you've seen what happened to him. But big respects to Jake Paul. It's gonna be a good card. You know what I mean? It's a big fight. And it's a good fight, man. I give 100% respect to Jake Paul for even taking that fight.
The Ring 4, November 22nd. Watch only on DAZN.
Gareth drops his harshest point. If Joshua doesn't dominate quickly, ideally within the first 2 rounds, the backlash will be brutal, not only from fans but from the sport itself. Imagine the headlines if Jake Paul survives half the fight, or worse, goes the distance. It would be a massive blow to Joshua's reputation. But if AJ does what most experts expect and stops Jake early, he earns millions and introduces himself to a massive American audience on the world's biggest streaming platform. For him, the stakes are strangely high and low at the same time, a rare situation in boxing.
Jake could get knocked down the first round and get up. Second round gets obliterated in the same way that Francis Ngannou gets obliterated. Enormous credit to Jake Paul for this, who is putting together the most unique box rec in professional boxing history. Nate Diaz is on his box rec. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is on his box rec. Mike Tyson is on his box rec. And come December 19th, Anthony Joshua is going to be on his box rec.
And Anderson Silva, remember?
Anderson Silva, one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. Ridiculous box rec.
Then Derek Chisora jumps in. While others are giving analysis, Chisora shows up with a flamethrower. The moment he hears the matchup, he starts predicting absolute destruction. He's not talking strategy, he's talking violence. Pure, unfiltered violence, and classic Chisora fashion. He says if Joshua doesn't finish Jake within a few rounds, he'll be roasted online forever.
Some blood. I want to see somebody's teeth falling out. So I told Anthony, I already messaged Anthony. I was like, listen, I tell you what, I said to AJ, if this goes past 5 rounds, everybody's going to be having a go at you because you can't go past 5 rounds with this kid. He has to go past 1 round or 2 rounds. Past beyond 4 or 5 rounds, you know, people are going to be doubting you as a fighter himself. So he has to smoke him out like what he did Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia in 1 round.
And when Chisora says Joshua could knock Jake out just by breathing on him, people didn't know whether to laugh or agree. His reaction sounds extreme, but deep down he's voicing what a huge portion of boxing fans really believe but won't say publicly. He's saying the quiet part out loud, and that's why fans love his take.
Yeah, and I think you're dead right. Is he worried about that? Is he worried about what happens? You know, he doesn't see him up in the first round or the second round.
No, he's not worried about it. He's gonna smoke this guy out. I'm not worried about it. We're gonna smoke this guy out properly. I'll be there. He's gonna smoke him. I can't wait.
Theoretically, if he comes out swinging, right, AJ should be able to get it done in are we talking 30 seconds? If AJ is giving it everything he's got.
Listen, if AJ comes in there and just blows on this kid, he's gonna just drop him to the floor. So I don't really. I'm just wasting money going to Miami because I know it's gonna be finished in 1 round. So I don't know.
Are you gonna go?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely be gonna go. I have to be there. It's gonna be exciting.
And that's all for today, fight fans. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest boxing updates.